What's going on, guys? My name's Jeff and this is Premium Aquatics, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bashsea Smart Series sumps. What's going on, guys? We're back with another video, and if you're new to what we're doing here, this is where we take a look at new products each and every week to help you make a informed decision whether or not that product is right for you, your reef tank, and your budget. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Bashsea Smart Series sumps, so let's jump into it. All right, guys, so we got a package here from Bashsea, and it is a sump, and the sump is going to be available exclusively at Premium Aquatics, and we're going to be taking a look. I actually have no idea what this sump looks like, so it's going to be kind of a little fun mystery unboxing we got going on today. You got the black box, black tape. One thing about Bashsea is they are all about the details. Whoa, this is unreal. I am blown away by the quality of this product. So this is a Smart Series sump. You got 3 return baffles right here. You have your socks. I'm going to pull this out, but it's going to take a second for me to kind of just take this all in. Alright, guys, so we're taking a look at the Bashsea Smart Series sumps, and as you can see just from a quick look, there is a lot of interesting things and a lot of different features about this sump. Now, before we jump into the features, let's talk about some of the specs on this. This is 30 inches long, it is 18 inches across, and 16 inches tall. Now, if you were going to fill that completely with water, you're looking at about 37 gallons of aquarium. But obviously it's a sump, so most often we have some type of limitation when it comes to our baffles and the way we install them, so there's much less water in the tank. When you look at the sump, it is just simply beautiful. I was actually pretty taken back when I first opened up this box and took a look at this sump. The coloration on it is gray black and it has the clear panel in the front, so you're able to see what's going on inside the sump. You do have a 3-pipe return coming down from an overflow or a reef ready tank, and you have a couple different options as when it goes into the sump. So you have 2 different options when you're trying to figure out your plumbing. You have this straight pipe, which is going to flow directly into a filter sock. You have filter sock holders in the sump, and they're made to hold 4-inch filter socks. And then you have this flow control vented pipe, which is going to be ideal for making this first chamber a refugium. Here's the filter socks. These are large particle filter socks that come with the sump, and they fit right into their sock holders, which it's very nice, very refreshing to have a sump that has the filter socks built right into it. And I think that's just something that should come standard nowadays, but that's not always the case. You have these bulkheads that are installed on the top. You may want to tighten them up when you first get your sump if you do pick one of these up, because they are a little bit loose. And you have some nice acrylic work going around the bulkheads. Very clean design for your return pipes that are coming from your aquarium into the sump. Acrylic work on the back panel. You have some notching going on the back panel, and what this is for is your electrical wiring. So you have it kind of neatly collecting in one point and coming out of the sump, as opposed to just having wires everywhere, which would be extremely beneficial for me because I tend to be a mess when it comes to my electrical wiring and controlling that stuff. Next up, these little black inserts here. This is for dosing, and you have them in 3 different locations on the sump. You have them 2 on the back wall, then you have 1 over here. They have gone the extra mile and given you plenty of options for hooking up your different types of dosing lines that you may have for your sump. And when it comes down to it, it's really just a well thought out design. And here on the back wall you have a probe rack, which has some rubber inserts to hold your probes. Next up is the baffles, and these are adjustable baffles, which is going to help tremendously. So I myself on my 220 gallon have a custom designed sump, which I paid an arm and a leg for. This sump is glass and it doesn't have have adjustable baffles. When I designed it, I had in mind the specifications for the protein skimmer, and the manufacturer said that that protein skimmer needed a water height of 9 inches. That was where it was going to perform its best. And when I got the sump and I started setting up the tank and started testing stuff out, 9 inches was way too deep, and the protein skimmer was going completely nuts, and it was a big problem. So eventually I had to build a shelf in the sump and raise that protein skimmer up so it would properly skim the water. Now with adjustable baffles, you're able to control the water height within the sump and be able to fine-tune that height for your protein skimmer, which is going to eliminate that problem. I don't have the ability to take the glass and manipulate it, and that's really where a acrylic sump that has adjustable baffles excels far beyond glass, because you're able to dial in the baffles for the correct height, so your protein skimmer is going to operate and be the most efficient and remove the most skimmate from your water. And that's pretty easy to do. All you have to do is tighten or loosen those screws. You can adjust the height of this chamber as well as this chamber and get to that perfect spot so your protein skimmer is operating flawlessly. So for me personally, if I was going to set this up on an aquarium, I would use the straight flow pipes and then the filter socks. First chamber, I would have probably a biopellet reactor and a protein skimmer. And in this middle chamber, I would probably go with some Miracle Mud or some type of biological filtration and have a slow flow section to the sump where water is just kind of slowly passing through it. Could also do a refugium in here. For me personally, I'm not big on refugiums, so that's how I would probably set this sump up, and then have my return pump in this section over here. But the great thing about this sump is that you don't have to be stuck doing it one way. Let's say you want to have your refugium in this section. Then you would want to use these pipes, which basically is a slow flow control water exchange into this first chamber, and it's just going to be very slow. And you could put a refugium in here, you could do Miracle Mud, and it's not going to be disturbed, and it's going to be a nice calm little section. And then in this middle section you could have your protein skimmer or different reactors that are in sump reactors, and it go into this chamber, which this chamber serves two purposes. You're going to have a little bit of biological filtration coming from this media that's in here, and it also serves as a bubble trap, removing any possible bubbles that may be coming from your protein skimmer before it goes into the last chamber, which is going to be a return pump and sending it back into your aquarium. I am really just absolutely blown away by the quality of this sump. It is extremely well thought out, well built. It's something that's going to serve hobbyists for an extremely large time, and I think it is a sump that actually could potentially be with you for a number of different builds. And I've done some math on this where it is 30 inches across, 18 inches front to back, and 16 inches tall. You know, we talked about the total water volume of this sump being around 37 gallons, but obviously with sumps you have baffles, and that limits the amount of water that you have in there. So let's say your protein skimmer wants about 8 inches of water. That's going to have you at probably around 16 to 15 gallons of water. So in the event of a power outage, let's say your tank has pumps, like mine specifically have the return pipes that have holes drilled in them about an inch under the water. What happens when the power goes out? The water actually siphons back into the sump. Well, I designed the sump to be able to handle the water that is going to backflow into the sump in the event of a power outage, and I figured the math on that is going to be around 15 to 14 gallons, and this is a sump that actually could handle a power outage with my 220 gallon tank. Ultimately, this is a sump really that could serve you from a 55 gallon build all the way to a 220 gallon build. So it's a sump that's going to be with you for a very long time and serve you very well. And as you change your method of reef keeping over the years, this is a sump that's going to be able to basically be a jack of all trades and be able to do different things for you, and you're not going to be limited by space and inadequate design. This is a sump that's going to serve you for a very very long time, and for a couple of builds if you're one of those reef keepers that constantly like to push the upgrade button. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this look at the Bashsea Smart Series sumps. And I gotta tell you, I was extremely impressed with the craftsmanship that went into this sump, and I am definitely going to consider Bashsea the next time I'm looking to design a sump for my own builds. If you want to take a look at this product, there's going to be a link down in the description below that'll bring you to Premium Aquatics, where you can do some more research and even pick one up for yourself. Now this is a Premium Aquatics exclusive. This is going to be the only place where you can find them for the first 2 months they are out on the market. And that's going to do it for this week. I'll see you next time right here with a brand new video.